first thing that likely comes to mind is Kishane Thompson, and rightfully so. And you could also add Oblique Seville to that list. But then Bryan Levell happened, and we now have to talk about it. Full disclosure, I had absolutely no intentions on making this video. Yes, it's one of those moments. But Bryan Levell decided to go out there and run 9.82 seconds. Wind legal. So here we are, because that does deserve a discussion. As far as I can tell, Bryan Levell pulled up during what was really a random meet on a random day. Like, I'm in the middle of my week, wasn't thinking anything about what's happened, like what was going to go down in a Continental Tour race somewhere else in the world. Like, I knew they were going to run this week, I just wasn't paying attention. Regardless, Bryan Levell pulled up 9.82 seconds wind legal. What does that actually mean? What do we do with that? Because I ain't even going to waste my time talking about the rest of the field. What I am going to do, no disrespect, just being honest, is try to put this in context. Like, what does it mean going forward? Because Jamaica already had their national trials. Like, that already happened. And Bryan Levell is not on that team for the 100 for Jamaica. That's very important. He's not on that team. Now, I don't really know how that works, if they would try to put him in or not. I don't think that's relevant. But this is really about his 200, because we saw him run 19.6 earlier this year, wind assisted. I think it was like 19.6 high or 19.7 low, something like that. But regardless, if he can go this fast in the 100, what does that really mean for his 200? And what also does it mean for Jamaica's 4x1? Because now we know that they're fast enough and put down a time that should put them in to the World Championships, because that wasn't a foregone conclusion. But when you think about, running fast, like on the world stage, normally, the only two teams that actually have like the speed to go 37-0 and faster, like the only two nations that could put out a group, would be America and Jamaica. America always has that type of speed. We just be messing it up on our own. That's another conversation that I don't really feel like going back on right now. As for Jamaica, we've kind of been waiting for them to get back, because people remember the Usain Bolt era, and it wasn't just Bolt. It was Bolt, it was Johan Blake, it was Warren Weir, it was Nesta Carter. Like, it was a whole bunch of folk who were running at that time, who were giving us, fast clocks, and then you were assembling that relay. So now Jamaica essentially has the four horsemen again, because we knew what Kishane Thompson was coming into this year. We also knew what Oblique Seville was. And I guess Akeem Blake, to me, was, the third guy in that group, because if you win a Diamond League final, I think you got to put some respect on his name, regardless of what you're expecting to see at Worlds or Olympics, like, whatever the history has been. But Bryan Levell, who is a national champion multiple times now in the 200 for Jamaica, nobody really brought his name up, or at least I wasn't really paying him that much attention, like, aside from the fact that he might be in a race, until now. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. When you go this fast, like if you look at the world leaderboards today in the 100-meter dash, you are now going to see 3 Jamaican names at the top. That's what you're going to see. Granted, USAs are coming. Like, the USA Championships are coming. And that could change, like the names at the top. But as of right now, like, Jamaica has the world's fastest men. They've got 4 inside the top 10. See where I'm going with this when we talk about 4x1s? Like, it's clear who their fastest men actually are. We know who's supposed to be on that relay. They just have to get those men to the line. Like, healthy, working together, able to pull it off. Because if they do, like if they can get to stick around cleanly with those 4 men in top form, yeah, very few nations can run with them. America's going to have to get their act together, because just about everybody else, again, no shade, I'm being honest, if we're talking about actual foot speed, because I know the baton passing messes a whole bunch of stuff up, but foot speed wise, again, America's the only nation that I know that can field a team that can actually keep up with them. I mean, what's going to happen is what's going to happen. So, Bryan Levell, I think, because the 100 is, we don't really expect to see him at Worlds in that event. What it does is, I guess it's going to kind of put a big what if like, what if we did get to see him? But I don't think it really matters all that much. At the end of the day, you can't run a fast 2 if you can't run a fast 1. Like, not a truly fast 200. Like, for what it is. And because he's been so synonymous with the 200 up until now, like for his career, knowing that that front half, there's no reason why people should be leaving him anymore. Like, on the clock, he's as fast as anybody who's in that 200 field now. Like, just being real, like through the first half, capability talent-wise. For Worlds, it does open up a real discussion because I think you now have to put Bryan Levell pretty solidly in the final. He just has to go out there and execute. But when it comes to like whether he should be there, because he wasn't in the Olympic final last year, but going forward, yes, I think his name now needs to be in that discussion. So all that being said, I don't know the future and like exactly how it's going to go down. I'm not in a place where I'm going to say this is, going to make it a lock for world medals and things like that. I'm not there yet. I think that when you say the 3 names, Noah Lyles, Kenny Bednarik, Lasile Taboho, I'm going to need to get some very real evidence before I believe that anybody's taking them down. I think they're pretty solidly the podium. What order they're in depends on who you're a fan of and what you think is going to happen going forward. But as far as who's going to be on the podium, I'm not really debating that at this time. Bryan Levell, on the other hand, has the talent to be up there with him, but he's going to have to actually go out there and do it. So this is a step in that direction. There's still some time between now and the World Championships. I get that. But you normally got to send out a warning shot if you're going to go fast, like at the Worlds later this year. You don't wait till then to go fast. You got to show it. I think that's even just for athlete confidence, that to some degree, you need to see it. I mean, you want to see it, kind of like move on the right trajectory, but you still need to see that flash time. Something to give confidence that, when I need to give it, I know how to get it back out of my bag. Like, you can't be fumbling for that thing. You need to be there when you need it. So with that in mind, shout out to, whoever's in the comments that put me on, because I didn't even check social to find out about this race until, I was scrolling through my comment section and someone was like, hey, this is one of those videos that Coach Rob wasn't planning on making, but he's going to have to do anyway. And they were correct. So Bryan Levell, 982. It's a thing now. In the sport of track and field, confidence is everything, because when you win, that is just the moment when everybody else finds out what you already knew to be true, that fast is a lifestyle. Get your fast is a lifestyle track and field gear at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.